What up, Twitch? It's your boy PUTASU coming at you live on a Tuesday night for our first stream of 2024, which is very exciting. What? And we are not just going to have a stream in 2024. We're going to be revealing our new campaign for 2024 here in just a bit. So thank you for joining. Just as a review, I'm PUTASU, a streamer that does mostly D&D, Dungeons and Dragons games that are homebrew. And then I also do some gameplay, but all of it is with friends. And that's who I'm joined with tonight. What up, folks? I've got some of the Pooh crew here on the stream. We have more coming in later. So let me say hey to who's on here real quick. But before I do that, just a reminder to everyone out there that you can find me on social medias. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're all there. We're also on TikTok. We also have a Patreon. If you want to join our Discord, it's up there in the top left of your screen. You can actually get on that yourself by following the links in our Twitch page. You can also find our merch store also, which is on our Twitch page. And then last but not least, our YouTube channel, which has all of our content, plus here on Twitch. So now that that's all of the way, let me go around the table and say hey to who's on the stream. We'll have some more join us here in a little bit. But I first see PS Zombie. So PS Zombie, how are you doing? How's your 2024 treat? Yeah.
Been good. No complaints so far. Nothing crazy. Have we had a new war yet? Has that happened yet? I think maybe we
ruined the year already.
Did something with Yemen. I think we did something with Yemen a little while ago. Anyways, it's been alright.
I'm gonna get a lot of complaints at random, like 3 a.m. whenever their time is in Yemen, and be like, "How dare you!" Cool.
I agree. How dare the United States of America?
How dare they
invade a sovereign nation?
Cool.
But no, I've been good.
Good. We also have Risky Biscuit on here. Woot woot. Risky, what you been into? How's your 2024 going?
It's going smooth. It's going really fast, actually. So, it's been exciting. Time is flying by.
He has also got his own channel, folks. He does gameplay on there as well, so check him out on Twitch and his YouTube. Yes, maybe. I'll do your plug for you.
Sometimes.
So check it out. We also have Climate Change on here as well. Climate, how are you? How's your 2024 treating you?
Going good. Going great.
What's the...
Playing all kinds of games, and I'm snowed in because of this, all the snow in my area, so just cozy. My computer.
Leave it to Climate Change to talk about the climate.
Yeah.
Anything coming up?
It's oddly cold out there.
I hear we have a weak jet stream. Tell us more about that.
Statistical anomaly there,
Yeah.
I don't know much about the jet stream. I don't like to talk about things I don't understand.
That's fair. We're not one of those podcasts, folks.
Yeah.
We don't just spew random nonsense.
Only
the facts here. Well, cool. Good to have you all on the stream. These are our players for our new campaign, folks. We also have myself. I'll be the DM for this. Put a lot of energy in it and effort, and I'm very excited to reveal this story to folks. But I also have somebody join us later, and I'll go ahead and spoil that. I will have a co-DM on this campaign. He's more of like a D&D referee, or consultant. But Battle Armor will be joining us for this campaign as my co-DM, mostly as my rules guide and to make sure everything is kind of fair. I will be driving most of the story myself, but I needed to bring him in because some of these mechanics we're going to be going through are going to get a little wild, so I needed a co-pilot. Also, we have Alex and Ledbet, who have been on previous streams before, that are planning to be part of this campaign, just not on the stream tonight. So, but anyway, we wanted to go ahead and reveal what we were playing tonight. Oh, Battle Armor just chimed in.
Hey, what up?
He's here. I was just talking about you.
Howdy.
Welcome. So we were just going through the breakdown of intros and catching up with everybody, and here on the stream, and then we were going to get into the campaign reveal. So you made it just in time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I am now full, the tummy full, and ready to be a part of this. This is fun.
Sweet. Cool. That's right.
No doubt.
Battle Armor is aware of what we're playing, and we are going to be revealing the new campaign to these players. They don't know what they're playing, and neither do you viewers at home. Battle Armor, I kind of introduced you as my consultant / D&D referee and co-DM for this, which I feel like is a fair assessment.
Yeah,
Man of many hats.
gonna be reining this guy in.
That's right.
Trying to.
It's been a few long text conversations of you need to do this instead. And I'm like, okay, but I sent him my notes, and I've been typing a lot of notes on this, a lot. And
Many notes.
he got
Insane amount of notes.
he got a little overwhelmed. So I was like, fine.
Well, he sent me his entire list of notes, and he was like, "Tell me what you think." I was like, "I have no idea what you want me to comment on here." And so then we narrowed it down to some specific mechanics, and I think I've sort of philosophically pushed you in a direction. We haven't gotten quite down to nitty gritty. I have maybe mechanically defined one thing in actual D&D mechanics terms.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it's just sort of big brain stuff.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry, not to.
No, not at all.
Interrupting your reveal.
So when is your novel coming out?
Right now.
When's the book signing? Oh, okay.
This is copyright.
It's going to be his record of Lodos War.
This is copyright. I might as well turn it into a book because it's all written down somewhere. Just sell it as a supplemental somewhere. We won't call it D&D. We'll call it some other role-play system. Just so Wizards of the Coast can cash in on it. But,
or they can get in on it.
Yeah, we'll see. So, all that to say, this is a still working.
Chris Pine.
Yes, great movie, by the way. So underappreciated. It was a wonderful film.
Truly, I agree.
So this is still
Sophie loved it.
She did. She did. She, which was crazy that something kind of nerdy like that she was all about, but it was a good movie. So we're going to go ahead and go through the reveal. Now, kind of Battle Armor was saying a little bit when he was talking that this is still being a work in progress. So it's going to be a minute before we roll this out. It's going to be several weeks. That'll give you plenty of time to flesh out your character as a player. And viewers, it'll give us plenty of time to figure this thing out. So, all that to say, players and co-DM, you'll need to be able to see the stream and hear the stream. So if you don't have it up, please pull it up, listen to it, because there will be audio and visual cues here in a minute. So let me...
Wow.
Get in ready for that. All right. Everybody got the party? You got the stream up? All right. I'm going to start playing some music, and then I will reveal the logo. And I got to do this. I got to time myself to get it just right. So here we go.
It's on the stream?
Yes, it's on the stream. So it might be a little delayed. I got this down to the second. There was a lot of practice in just this reveal part. So 1 second. All right, here we go.
Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. Together we will find everything that we're looking for. Piece of eight. Come aboard.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we know what seeing some reactions already on the screen.
I like it.
This is the one show where you watch
3,000 episodes or something, right?
True. Yeah. The anime is 1,075 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need a Dragon Ball Z Kai version where it just condenses all the
Yeah.
They're
non-filler
making
episodes.
one, baby.
They are.
What?
They're literally
Really?
making one.
That's
Oh,
fine.
outstanding. I'll wait for that to come out.
Can I mute the stream again? Because I was getting a crazy echo, but it was a very cool review.
Okay, thank you. I'll have to go back to the VOD. See, I can't hear it on my side when I play something like that pushing through, so I'll just need to...
Yeah.
I had to record it, and it sounded cool in the
recording.
recording.
It was maybe skipping a tiny bit, but it was overall good.
Okay, good. Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, folks, we are playing a One Piece inspired story called Piece of Eight. So, welcome to Piece of Eight. It is a One Piece inspired story, just like the party said. This is an anime that has gone a long time and is still going. It's like 1,000-something episodes. I personally am up to 670 right now, so I've put a good amount of investment into it.
You have blistered past me.
I'm all the way in Dressrosa, man. We're like fighting. We're fighting the warlord. What's his name? Doflamingo. Like that's where I'm at. So yeah, I've spent a lot of time on this, and I really like the lore of One Piece. There's a Netflix real life adaptation I enjoyed as well. So I'm all about this series. So I had this kind of idea of like an inspired D&D story that's based off this. So hope you guys look forward to it.
I think any DM who's watching One Piece thinks to themselves, "Dang, this would make a fantastic game."
Yeah.
I think it's a story rife for enjoyment, and I do think that it's really good, even if you don't know too much about the lore. I think you'll be pleased with sort of the progression of things.
Absolutely. All right, so with that in mind, that is what we're playing, Piece of Eight. And I'm going to be revealing tonight different parts of the world to help you kind of plan what you want to play. So let me close that out. I'm going to pop open Roll20. And players, you will be getting a Discord link to Roll20 in your individual Discords. And maybe I need to hide that.
Yeah, it's showing up on.
I thought I got around for that.
There it is. It's gone.
No, it's gone because here we go. Okay. So let me just get that to all the people. So check your Discord link for the link to the Roll20 campaign. And that should be everybody by Discord. So, excuse me. So, do not dive right in wanting to. I'd like y'all to like listen to the story because there may be something that jumps out at you on what you want to do. I'll give you a nice painting of the world, kind of what we're looking at for the setting, and then we can talk about character ideas if you have them. But I don't expect you to have them. You know, I want you to kind of think it over and. Be thinking in the coming weeks what you want to do. So let me.
Sorry, I got logged out of Roll20. Now I have to hack my own account.
Yeah, I was also forcibly logged out. I was annoyed by that.
You expect me to know my own password?
Thankfully, this is one of my easy ones where I could just like boom do it.
Oh, I might be in.
They've changed a lot of the look of Roll20 recently, y'all. There's the like, it looks like different kind of tools and stuff.
Yeah, they're the lighting thing's really fun. They had a big lighting update recently.
I have a brand new computer. I don't have Discord, so I'm going to be installing Discord and then hacking my account to get on the Roll20. So.
Look at this fancy man.
Big things in 2024.
That's right. So
my One Piece bona fides are I am currently in Eni's lobby. That's where I'm at.
Oh man.
Which it's maybe one of the greatest arcs in any anime that has happened. I don't know. Like the whole
anime of all
the
time.
whole Water 7 to Eni's lobby has just been a real thrill ride and very iconic.
Yeah, Water 7 was that and Alabaster for me are two of my favorite arcs.
Mm-hmm. Alabaster got slow for me at times, but I enjoyed the final fight. I think that's one of my most iconic One Piece fights.
All right, I'll let people kind of get logged in there. We will go through the different parts of the setting here. So this campaign is set 100 years after the previous campaign of Santopia. So if you recall, if you've been following along with this channel, we had a one-shot campaign that was based off a sandcastle that I built past summer. And the end of the campaign was kind of this Morphous explosion. Well, folks, this is 100 years after. So 100 years after the fall of that world, in a cataclysmic event known as the Great Wake by historians, this new world was shaped. It's a new world of sea, littered with countless numbers of small islands on its surface. With this new world came sea exploration and, naturally, pirates. So this new world is filled with water and islands and pirates, and also elements of navigation and different areas of this map. So the overworld map that is on the stream and that you're probably seeing right now is a little too busy, and you kind of can't tell. So I will zoom into different sections to give the stream a good view and you guys a good view as well. So this entire map, this entire world, kind of this ocean world with islands, is essentially split into 4 quadrants. The 4 quadrants are classified by the sort of geographical weather patterns that each section of the world has. So there is the Sun Islands, which naturally get the most amount of sunlight. There's the Moon Islands, which get the most amount of moonlight. Then, because the Sun Islands are kind of due north, a lot of the storm clouds and clouds go south. And so that lower left-hand quadrant is known as Cloud Islands. And across from them is the area that gets the most amount of starlight or stars constellations. And that area of the sea is called Star Islands. So you've got these 4 quadrants that are based on different sort of weather patterns and celestial patterns. So that's the 4 quadrants. In the middle of the 4 quadrants, in kind of the borders of all these quadrants, is very tumultuous seas. They're very rough, very hard to navigate, sinks a lot of ships. So not a lot of people can go through quadrant. There's also a giant world. There's a couple giant whirlpools on this map as well. At the very, very top is a giant whirlpool on the north pole of this world. That is the position of, that is known as Illuminati, and that is the location of the world's governments, which we'll talk about more here in the detail. World government is actually the One Piece term. I have a different term. But all of the governments of the world's kind of headquarters there at the top, and a fancy obelisk tower in the middle of that whirlpool. The south pole of this world is a giant whirlpool as well that holds the infamous prism Undertow, which is the prison for this entire world, and that's situated inside of the whirlpool. In the middle of these, where these 4 quadrants meet, on the front side of the planet and on the back side of the planet, are 2 whirlpools that are kind of connected through the middle of the planet. The one on one side is called Tropicus, and the other one on the back side is called Ketsaris, and they're just 2 giant whirlpools in the center. Most of the governments of this world use that as sort of a superhighway to navigate around the oceans. So that's kind of what you're looking at. You're also seeing a dotted line. That is known as the legendary Pirates Run. That is an area that all pirates strive for because it holds secrets and treasures that are in the world. So that's a little bit about the map. Let me see if we can flash some better images of the different maps on the stream real quick. So For example, this is the Sun Islands. Did it not move over? Did y'all move over? Y'all moved over.
Yeah, like zoomed in.
Who's logged in by now, by the way? Is everybody logged in?
I am as well.
Okay.
I'm in Roll20.
I am trying to figure out my password.
You're still hacking in? Okay. Okay, I see you guys popping in there. Oh, is it not gonna... Dang, I won't do it on the stream.
You're probably going to have to, like you do with the other campaign, have a player that's the stream, so you can make it see the same things the players see instead of what the DM sees.
Yeah.
It looks good on the stream now.
So that's the Sun Islands, so the one whole quadrant.
Yeah, but it's like once we actually start playing,
Yeah.
we'll end up seeing his DM layers and stuff on stream, so it's going to need a player eventually.
Every island has kind of a major island in its quadrant. The Sun Islands has the desert atolls, which are remnants of the desert from days of yore in Santopia setting.
Is that a sea beast I see?
Do I know?
Is there a sea beast in the Sun Islands?
Oh yeah, that might have been just the back.
Down.
I mean, yeah, there's
Ocean
beasts in the
4.
sea. Yes. Who hunts treasure pirates? Okay, so yeah, that's unfortunate. Maybe I need to invite myself because I had 2 accounts and I'm using one account now because Roll20 maxed out on the matter of uploads. So I just need to rework it where I can easily pop it up on the screen. But anyway, let's talk about. So you guys saw that. So in this new world, the government, the remnant of governments formed together in sort of a neighborhood watch to look after one another in this new world. They created the organization known as the Tidal Watch. And the Tidal Watch is sort of the sublimation of all remaining governments that were left over after the Great Wake. Tidal Watch is the government and is charged with the safeguard and peacekeeping of all sovereign nations and citizens throughout this world. So let me show that to players. That is the logo for the Tidal Watch.
I like it.
First try with an AI. It was amazing. I was like, it misspelled title a little bit, but man, it looks cool. Yeah.
Did misspell it for sure.
All right. So Tidal Watch.
You get the idea.
You get the idea. Tidal Watch was the gut forming of governments, but they realized with a rise of piracy that there needed to be a presence of military as well. So the Minuteman Militia was formed as a way to safeguard the community. I'm not as proud of this logo, but it is what it is. The Minuteman Militia were charged with the safekeeping and well-being of its people, and there was soldiers that were considered the Minutemen, and over them were 8 different generals. These generals were called watchmen. These watchmen each had their own military grouping, and they all patrol the different seas. So these are sort of your generals with different brigades with them. Over those 8 generals, there is a individual that is the chief of the Minuteman Militia. He is known as the Gentleman, And his picture is right here. Kind of an older gentleman with a sword cane.
Does it say I too?
Yeah.
Cool.
I added the mustache, but yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to kill him.
Yep. So he has 8 generals under his control that are watchmen that are all extremely powerful. In addition to the 8 generals and himself as the headquarters of the Minuteman, there is also a warden. The warden is mostly bound to caretake and safeguard the Undertow prison, but he is just as powerful and second to none other than the gentleman in this world. So I'll flash his present. A human Doberman with the powers of the hunt fruit that make him an incredibly powerful individual, and safeguards the community by hunting down and maintaining
And helps
criminals.
them take a bite out of crime.
That's right. All right, so that is the governments of the world. Okay, as for the pirates, long ago, exactly 50 years, Jolly D. Roger became the most famous and infamous pirate and was given the title of the Buccaneer King. He knew all that this world had to offer, all of its treasure, all of its secrets, and all of its knowledge before his execution 50 years ago. He was the only pirate to navigate the Pirates' Run in its entirety and inspired an entire generation of pirates to go after his treasure along the sacred line. So there he is. This increased the amount of pirates to the point that it became a little overwhelming for the government to handle. So they instituted, instead of a bounty network, a network of ranked pirates. And when the passing of Jolly D. Roger happened, there was never another Buccaneer King, although every pirate wanted to be that Buccaneer King. There ended up being, after the dust settled and the fighting commenced, a 3-way tie for first place. These individuals were in a class of their own. They became known as the Overlords of the Sea. And it's blurry for a reason, folks. You got to get into the storyboard to see their faces. These are the 3 most infamous pirates in the land. Below them are considered to be pirates of rank. And then there's unranked pirates. So, essentially, they had a list of pirates that were ranked, and then at the top was sort of a 3-way tie for the title of Buccaneer, the next Buccaneer King, and that's these individuals right here. The governments of the world published a list known as the 100 Ranked Pirates list, and it is the dream of every pirate to work your way up through this 100 pirate list to the top and be crowned the Buccaneer King.
Yeah.
You see, there's also, if you're really looking, if you followed Santopia, there's a little homages here and there to the former party members. So if you got to kind of look through there.
Oh.
And you see there's some homages. And there's some other homages as well that we'll get into later. But party, this is how you're going to play this. You're going to work your way up through this ranked pirate list. This campaign is going to be campaign level 1. And it will work you all the way up to level 20 as you work your way through this ranked pirate list. So sort of how this will go is you guys will be a pirate crew, and you'll work your way through different adventures, and you'll come to these sort of major events where I call them D4 events, where we'll roll a D4, and that'll determine how you rank up. You can also rank up to the list by obviously hunting down that crew and challenging them, although the sea is vast, and so you may not be able to find that individual pirate group. Okay. So,
Tracking.
as I said,
Nice.
I would like you all to be on the same pirate crew. You're going to be recruited by the self-proclaimed next Buccaneer King. Tamarian D. Kaito. But he goes by Kite. And he's wanting you to join.
Okay, he has
Are the
Riz.
headphones really there?
The Kite Pirates.
Cool.
Did you explain devil fruits for any Luddite?
I've not gone there. That's on my checklist so far. So I think I was getting
Cool.
That's my next stopping point.
A
So
random dog man showed up, and I was like, did I miss a?
yeah. I did say hunt fruit, so I alluded it to it.
This
So
is
yes,
normal.
let's go ahead and dive into that topic next.
Or
Go ahead.
you could also take the Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball Z route where they're just like, we never explained
Well,
it.
you know what's funny is
Yeah.
that is also how One Piece works. There's an entire race of fishmen that are not addressed. They are not. It is not due
Yeah.
to devil fruit. They just
They-
are fishmen.
Is it devil fruit? No. They can have devil fruit.
They even go to Fishman Island,
I
and they don't really address
Assume
it.
they can.
Anything can have a devil fruit. Literally, anything can.
That's right. That's right.
So,
Somehow have
Not
to be able
even.
to eat, right?
Yeah.
so the devil fruit. Let's get into
My
that. So a
bad.
big part of One Piece is devil fruit's usage, which gives people certain powers depending on the fruit that they eat. When it comes to devil fruit players, I would like it to be found inside of the campaign. And we will have a chance for you guys to have that kind of in your initial pilot arc to get a devil fruit if you want one. So for you guys who don't know, there are essentially 3 subtypes of devil fruits according to One Piece. There is the Zoan type, which are kind of the most powerful. Essentially, the One Piece definition of it is, and this definition can change. Is going to change a little bit with me and Battle Armor consulting more. But the One Piece definition of Logia style fruit is, where is that? It's down here somewhere. To be able to become and manipulate an element is the One Piece definition. For the purpose of this campaign, you're going to essentially embody an element. So I'm thinking it's going to be a spell, but we're still kind of workshopping that.
Yeah, some form of intense connection to a particular damage type, and
Yeah.
maybe some free spells and stuff like that.
Yeah. I even feel like there's probably some subclasses out there that
Yeah,
lend themselves to
we'll
this
probably borrow
sort of-
some stuff from subclasses as we get more into proper mechanics of, because what's funny about
like right off the top of my head, Ascendant Dragon Monk, it seems like a really good fit because you can turn all of your damage into an elemental fight at pretty much at will. Anyways, you guys are certainly
There is also the Parmesian type, which the One Piece definition is the ability to change a part of one's appearance or body. So, but for the purpose of this campaign, we think it's going to be something related to your character sheet, like one element of it. Like your stats or your appearance or something to that nature. To one little area of your character sheet. And then there is the Logia style fruit, which is the last categorization. Which go ahead.
You've swapped them around slightly. Zoan is this type. Logia was the first type. Paramecia is the one that you said. You said Zoan at the start, and you said,
I don't think I'm
Logia
hearing.
Logia is the element one.
Zoan is the
Zoan
animals
is
one.
the transformation one,
Did I?
Paramecia is
and then
the-
Paramecia is kind
yeah,
of like
you
the
said Zoan
catch-all.
at first, and you said Logia this time. That's all.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Well, Zoan, you become like it's your appearance. You basically become an animal. And so for devil fruits for this, obviously they'll relate to transforming you into an animal of some kind. That'll be determined on some sort of roll table that we're in the process of building it.
We're looking at some fun D&D spins on this that One Piece couldn't do as well, which I think would be fun.
Nice. One Piece could never.
So
You get the beholder fruit. Just grow eyes.
More
everywhere.
likely than you think.
these devil fruits are tricky. They're often misclassified. They're a little dangerous to mess with. So users that seek these devil fruits out must proceed with caution. They're also very rare in this world, so they don't pop up every day. You also gain, when you eat a devil fruit, the Curse of the Sea, which basically, this is reading straight off of a D&D kind of definition of Curse of the Sea, courtesy of Battle Armor. Swimming speed would become 0. You wouldn't gain any benefit from swimming. When in contact with salt water, you become restrained and incapacitated and cannot benefit from any of your devil fruit abilities. So the sea becomes your enemy when you take a devil fruit power. In addition, you become susceptible to Sea Prism Stone. Sea Prism Stone is used in the One Piece universe to weaken people of devil fruit users because it contains elements of the sea. So the military would usually use that, so you can better bet your bottom dollar that the Minutemen militia have weapons that and use Sea Prism Stone to capture pirates that use devil fruits.
There are some devil fruit that are straight up just obviously worse than others as well. That's canonical. Like you might just get a real dinker of a devil fruit, and still end up with the Curse of the Sea. So it's interesting because like
Wow.
I want to find some way to capture this mechanically, and it'll probably just be a natural part of the relationship between the mechanics and how the person uses it. But it's one of those things where like you can get a really bad devil fruit but still use it in a very clever and interesting way to benefit yourself. Sort of the Lemillion thing where like, you know, you don't have the world's best superpower, but you're just really good at using it in your particular way, or you're already in some way like, you know, like if you're a really solid swordsman and then you get like you know, something that turns your arm into a sword, it'd be better than if you got something that turned your arm into a hammer. And that's just kind of the way the news goes.
So, if that is something that you as a party member want to participate,
Eat that kobold fruit, turn into a tiny lizard man.
Yeah.
Are the effects randomized? Since that, like, are we choosing what effects we get?
You'll have an understanding of, I think, vaguely what the fruit does because they all kind of look-ish.
Okay. That's neat.
and you can do some checks and stuff to kind of, and your
Yeah,
knowledge
and-
as your character may be higher than others. So
I think something that I'd enjoy avoiding is, you know, like ending up in a situation where like there's a very spell casting heavy fruit and the barbarian takes it, eats it because they think it looks good. Like, you know, there's going to be an obvious like bent to it, and so it, you know, it'll probably feel like it'll still be random. You know, I think that's an interesting aspect of it because it's like, what do you run across in your adventure is not, you know, predetermined.
Right.
But hopefully you'll be able to still determine if you would like that particular thing or not. And if you don't, you could probably sell it for a lot of money.
Yep. Now, Battle
They're
Armor.
incredibly valuable.
Battle Armor. I did think about this, and I'll cut you off real quick, PS Zombie. But I did think about this, y'all, that there would be an option potentially for a reclass if depending on the Devil Fruit. Like, we'll try to make it work with you. We want to keep a random element to this, but also we don't want you to play something that's not fun at all. So, what do you think of that, Battle Armor? That's something maybe we can talk on the side about, but Because if there's something that you get that would be beneficial if you were more dexterous, for example.
Well,
that might
especially if
be
it's happening
something-
early in the campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. That it would be easier to adapt your fighting style to your devil fruit than like vice versa. Again, especially if it's earlier. Yeah, I think I'm very much of the DMing opinion that it should kind of always be a little bit loosey-goosey, and everybody should be having fun. And if somebody gets into a situation where it's like, you got the devil fruit that makes your spellcasting much better, and you don't have spellcasting, I think it's perfectly reasonable to like say that you could channel that devil fruit into some other like means of attack. It's like,
right,
you have magic now. How you express that is like slightly different. Like, oh, you can make, your arms are hammers, attach swords to them, and now you're like swords on hands. I don't know. Yeah, things like that. I think there's a lot of wiggle room to make it like fit with your particular steez, even if you get a kind of weird devil fruit, because that's what One Piece is about. Like, it's about making your aesthetic. Like, one of the first devil fruits you encounter is a guy who can like split himself into a bunch of little pieces, and for some reason he's also a clown. Those two things don't have anything to do with one another, but he's very effective for some reason. And I think that would be fun to explore as well, is the like two opposing ideals of like, you're a physical attacker and yet you have the ability to make yourself completely weightless or something. And how do you then reconcile those two things?
Yep. So that's the big that's the main.
And my only thing was just like to be clear mechanically.
Go ahead, PSM.
I was just gonna say it's going to be separate from our class subclass in general.
It's basically
like that's gonna be a separate decision to make. It's gonna be on top of that, because like me and Putu had. He was just saying like, hey, did you have any thoughts at all as to what character you might play in the next campaign? And I just had thrown out like a Circle of Spores Druid was an idea. Now obviously that's a subclass that would very lend itself to a Devil Fruit power. But just to be clear, that would be something else in this universe.
Yeah, I think there's normal D&D stuff, isn't there? I think this is just sort of a one piece like world for D&D. So like there would be normal Circle of Spores Druid stuff.
Magic, spells.
The Devil Fruit are like sort of everything about them is going to break some aspect of like D&D physics. Like you'll be able to cast spells without spell slots, which isn't really like a thing, or like it's just a little break on top of your normal D&D stuff.
So canonically, the Devil Fruit are byproducts of the great cataclysmic event known as the Wake, the Great Wake. They are the magics from that explosion sort of coalesced into these Devil Fruits. So it's still a world that's very D&D magic, all the classes, all the things. It's just Devil Fruits are now part of it. So, and not everybody has to partake in one. If you watch the anime, not everybody's a Devil Fruit user, and that kind of makes a nice party, a rounded party, because some people are susceptible to this stuff, some aren't, so, the second strongest of the Straw Hat crew in One Piece doesn't have a Devil Fruit, so, it doesn't have to be, not everybody has to partake, it's a kind of a gamble, really.
And the third strongest.
Yeah, and the third strongest.
I disagree. Nico is number 3 for me. I don't
really?
know if that bears out, but I do think she could kick Sanji's ass.
You gotta keep watching, man. You gotta keep watching.
He'd let her.
What the fuck would Sanji do? Like,
you gotta keep watching. Post time skip is what you really need to look at. That's all I'm saying. Just watch post time skip. And we'll talk more.
we can take snapshots of any individual moment. I think half the show is a reasonable thing to argue about.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm interested to see where the time skip goes.
Yes.
I know it happens. I know nothing about it, and I like to keep it that way.
Okay. Well, it's good lore for your perusal. All right.
How long ago was this cataclysm? Was it like did it just happen, or was it like 1,000 years ago?
100.
In this 100 year. Okay.
So some of your characters, you can't hit me for copyright because I may be using some of their elements in this campaign. But some of your characters, if they were a certain race, may still be alive 100 years later, and we can talk about that. And I've actually, like I said, I've done some flavoring of some of the pirate groups on that rank list for your old characters as well. So they could still be active. I would prefer you not play them, but they could still be active in this world. Like Luca could still be running around power hungry around the map, so.
I always pictured him ending up a lich eventually.
That's a good character that you can picture ending up a lich.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Climate Changer didn't know this, but I legitimately was evil.
Nice.
I feel like I'm safe to say that now.
That's hilarious. I've known
Which
about
is
that for
funny
ages.
because
I
was
didn't tell anyone that.
good,
I mean, I was behaving fairly
but I
evilly,
was like the
but
evil-looking ghost person,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I was a lawful evil character. It was fun. Yes, that's why I could picture him as a lich, because I'm like, that's something he would pursue in his life. It's like, what's the deal with Horcruxes? Can anyone just...
I'm just checking.
Just gotta kill
I'm
a
asking
guy.
questions.
What, questions are illegal now?
look, if there are like dog people, are there like other types of animal people? Like, could I be an animal person if I wanted?
So that's what the Zoan type fruits are. Is most of them are like gonna turn you into a. They have a varying degree of how much they affect you. Some people, it turns them kind of like fully into a sentient version of that thing. Some people get like dog ears, and then some people turn into like a dog-man hybrid thing. Yeah, Tony Chopper, the reindeer guy. He is a real reindeer who ate a man fruit, so he's more like a man. And then there's
Okay.
then there's a sword that ate a dog fruit or something like
Mhm.
that. And I don't think it's ever explained quite how the sword ate that fruit, but it is that
How did that work?
things can also have devil fruit abilities.
There's a llama that ate a gun fruit. It like became like this cannon thing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but any of the races you want to
So
play
that,
as well.
I
Aarakocra,
assume y'all would be,
all that.
like, if we wanted to request a genre of devil fruit, are y'all open to that? I don't think I would, but it's like not being like, I want a devil fruit that gives me the power to, I don't know, of that minor villain Larceny from My Hero Academia. But
That's a fun one.
but just be like, hey, I think it'd be really cool to have a Logia type, and then that could be randomized.
I think it's reasonably.
Or were you
reasonable.
thinking fully random, like what you come across? I'm not going to. Just kidding.
I think there is a way mechanically to look for a particular kind of fruit, isn't there? I remember there being a mechanic about like you are able to sort of, it would be a more specific quest, I think, that you would like pitch as like a, hey, can we go and find like a
you end up getting at like level 14, like, you're like, oh, finally.
I got my Zoan type. Yeah.
We have like a ship.
Here's a question, just about the show in general. Has anyone found a water Logia fruit, and would that let you travel in the water?
I that's a good question. but
just
no,
cancels
it almost
itself.
certainly wouldn't. I don't think if you can transform into anything that can traverse water, you're good. With salt water, I think it would
Like if there's
it would be like a
swan
freshwater.
fruit.
Yeah, it would be like a
You
freshwater power then.
Yeah, because there's a
Interesting.
fish man that eats a devil fruit, and he has to stay in a bubble when he's underwater.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it just kind of nullifies all his good fishman powers, So I don't.
There
think
is also
so.
a woman who can turn into bubbles.
Yeah.
I imagine she would not go great if she got into water. It's kind of that you just stop being
So
able.
even if it seems practical,
Yeah, it's like
it's just like kryptonite.
it's like
it
once
just
you
turns
touched
off.
it, you would just like gradually reform however you could, and then you couldn't swim, and you'd just be
Climate changer. You talked about ships. Yes, you would be on a ship. You could upgrade it throughout the course of the campaign. Obviously, if the pirate group was your pirate group was doing better, obviously you could upgrade your ship over time.
Should we pick like crew occupations to make ourselves useful, or would that just happen naturally in the campaign? Like if someone wants to be, a shipwright or a cook or a priest or something.
That would
Did
be.
you have plans for that, or did you just want to see how it panned out naturally?
I kind of wanted to see it pan out. The character I showed you, Tamarian D. Kite, is a very hands-off captain. Just kind of wants to become the Pirate King because he's looking forward to a life of ease. So he's just like a kind of very carefree guy. And so he would literally just pick you and say, "You're my shipwright now," and you may or may not know anything about shipwriting, So he would kind of try to put you in a position so you could pick.
If you asked him, he would just pick.
Yeah. So it's completely up to you. I think it makes.
You're my shipwright now. Is the ship wrong?
I don't know. That's up to you.
But I'm a cook. Well, you're a shipwright now. Just like.
It better not be. Or I'll have to have some choice words with my shipwright.
Yeah. So no, but if you have an idea of that, feel free. Hockey is a thing from the anime. I will let you know that is going to be a level 20 thing. I've got plans for.
I don't even know about it.
For level 20 for when that happens. So that's not even on the radar for now. Don't ask me about it. It is still backwards thought.
None of your characters would have any idea about it.
I want to use hockey now.
Your characters probably even just barely know about Devil Fruit as like a thing that could exist.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. No hockey.
As you guys will go through and adventuring through campaigns, like I said, there will be an option for you to rank up. You'll do kind of a couple series of missions, and then you'll have a big event where you can, like I said before, kind of a D4 event. I'll roll to see how you rank up on how well you do on that major event. We're going to use a lot of like rolls to determine like what kind of island you'll come across, what's going on in the island. I've kind of built these roll tables that I like. Where I can roll and see what you're going. So pretty much after every session, I'm going to ask for your heading, and then I'll be planning out that kind of next island in your travels from there. So you kind of will basically be like island hopping is a way to move up if you want to. Or you could just hang out at one port forever if you want to too. It's completely up to you. But to progress, that's kind of the natural order of things is that you would move your way up the list.
Spreading your name around.
That's right. Of course, you would encounter weather anomalies as you travel, beasts in the water, as Risky Biscuit pointed out. As you gain more notoriety, you will obviously have to contend with the Minutemen militia, and they will be out and about, so you may have scuffles with them as well.
Feel free to incorporate any Minutemen militia service in your history. Many a good pirates started out as a militiaman.
Yes, that would be great. Good plug. Is there any other questions that you guys have? I'm scrolling through my list here to make sure I've hit all kind of the highlights.
The islands sometimes
point
have
by.
odd.
Kind of stuff like
Yeah, point by, and we will be taking average as we level up. So that's the answer on that. But Battle Armor, you were saying something?
Oh, I was just gonna say for anyone who doesn't know the lore, islands can be like real weird too. Like it's not specifically just like it's an island. It's got rocks. Like it can be like it's weird anime stuff. So it's like it's a volcano island. The whole island's a volcano. And you're like, how does that work? Screw you. I don't know. So if that's also
I don't have
fine.
to explain anything. To you.
When you're crafting your backstory, it can be anything from a normal nice fishing village to I grew up on the world's largest cruise ship going around island to island, and it just picks people up along the way.
Yep. Dang it, I had something else. Okay, yes. So, I wanted to do ARC, like a series of sessions where you are being individually recruited by Kaito to his crew. Like in the anime, it starts out where he recruits this one team, crew member.
It's a really solid way to start an anime.
Yeah, but I had another thought. I haven't run this by my consult yet, so he may shoot this down. But I thought we could go ahead and kind of dive into you all being a crew. And then if we have off weeks where we can't get everyone, like scheduling issues or whatever among players, I could dive into kind of a flashback to how that person gets on the crew with that character. Yeah.
I'll give you a little improv. Yes, and it would be fun if you also had those be their own little sessions with other people. So, like, let's say somebody has in their backstory that they have a brother that they went around with at the time, or they've got some people that they, I can't leave the island, but I'm going to play the village chief who's going around with you guys, and he's got to stay back, but he's been a real father figure. So you get other people in as NPCs / important characters in backstory. I think that would be fun as well.
Yep. No, that's a great idea.
So I think flashback is a fine idea. Start them out as a crew and then flashback to reality. Because I think you'll also understand your character a little bit better at that point, and it won't be so ham-fisted to try to introduce everything about your character and Kaito, and you'll be introducing the world at the same time as their character, and that could kind of step on toes. So I think it's solid.
Cool.
Do just normal D introduction where you just on some specific adventure and then move on from there.
Cool. I'm glad I got your blessing because that is a cool idea too. We could bring in people to add to the backstory, enemy antagonists and additional protagonists and all sorts of stuff. So, but that being said, y'all players, if you know that you're not going to be able to make it, give me some heads up because then I can plan something nice and spicy for our next session. Program wise, viewers and players alike, our program schedule moving forward is every other week will be this stuff. So next week we're going to be kicking off Unbeaten Path, which is on PS Zombies campaign, and he will be going every other week.
Yes.
And then the off weeks from there are either going to be this campaign or a one shot or video gameplay. So we're going to try to have something every Tuesday. On the off weeks, we don't do Unbeaten Path. So I'll kind of try to keep that going, and I'll be a little bit more consistent viewers of Twitch with having something every Tuesday. But if you know that you're going to be out or whatever, just give me a heads up. Or if it's a last minute thing, give me a heads up too, and we'll plan accordingly. So I understand people have lives and schedules, so we will definitely get some more stuff going for the stream. So Anything else?
Just question. Is there, in regards to
Already cooking ideas.
in regards to the lore of the One Piece with the Devil's Fruit, is there not like an antidote or a way to purge yourself of the Devil Fruit? Or instead of doing a character reclass, just maybe removing it entirely and just not being able to consume another?
There is the lore that I know is that the devil fruit leaves you when you die, and it coalesces or reappears in the world elsewhere. And then you can also have no more than one in your body, so you can never consume more than one.
I think.
So no necromancer characters or
It would be it would be funny if you read somebody with devil fruit powers and their zombie would have. I think that's across that bridge because it does sound fun. I have no real authority here, but I'm not saying no.
I'm just saying instead of like reclass, like so if I am, because I would be the guy that does the barbarian that consumes the all-purpose magic fruit and then not really know what to do with it or how to really make it work. So if there is a way to like purge it, and then my loss is that I don't get another one. Just throwing it out there.
I think it makes sense that if that situation ever arose, it would be like a reasonable arc in itself to like, we'd figure out a way to make it interesting. I'm sure to have a little purging quest. Maybe there's like, I don't actually know too much about I Built a Sandcastle lore, but maybe you could go back to the location where the original like big thing happened. And somehow, like, do something with that to cause.
Maybe one of the mountains was tall enough to peak
exactly
above the ocean.
Yeah, it's got a little golden plaque that says Mount Everest.
You gave me a really good
Bob's
idea.
Waterworld.
Here.
I don't know if anyone's seen Waterworld. It's very bad.
Yeah.
I'm adding to my notes because you gave me a really good idea, Risky.
Oh, we got another chapter.
But I really like the idea of a reclass.
There you go. Another chapter of the book.
Because it sort of like, when you eat the fruit, you gain the power and it sort of mechanically changes your body. So like, if you eat something that makes you really quick and kind of dexterous and athletic and acrobatic, it would make sense that your body would change to accommodate that devil fruit. So I really like that idea. Plus, I just don't want you to build one character and then have to wipe it. So I really think the first couple of sessions we have is getting you to a point to have a devil fruit, because I want an opportunity early in this campaign for you all to come across like a batch of devil fruits.
Okay. That is the other thing that I was thinking is, and I hadn't pitched it, but like, there is something interesting about just letting your players dictate a little bit about what they're looking for in their character. Like, as a kind of wish fulfillment. If somebody wants a devil fruit, and like, I could see somebody being interested in having a Zoan type character just as like a idea, and then you'd randomize it somewhat within there, but metatextually, they'd sort of have a bit more control over the character. But the other thing is, it would also be fun to just, watch people adapt. I am a man of two minds.
Well, I kind of mentioned this a little bit more earlier, and I think Battle Armor kind of also alluded to it. There is lore on devil fruits in this world. Like, people know what Promethean, Zoan, and Logia are, so they kind of know somewhat what to look for. So your character could say, I want to do a history or an intelligence check, and we would, within role parameters, give you the best information to help you make somewhat of a strategic choice, so you wouldn't be going in completely blind.
They do also like if somebody finds one, it's normally a much better idea for them to sell it to somebody else and to use it themselves. Like, you have to have very strong particular ambitions to want to eat one your own self, as opposed to selling it. And so that means that there are devil fruits who have, at least moderately known powers floating out around there. Most of them get eaten sooner or later, but there are, there are some known ones. So.
What are y'all thinking? You got any thoughts popping out or need more info?
Would anyone be real upset if they didn't get a devil fruit at any
I
point?
was thinking it would be.
Because if you're all
I think it'd
interested
be
in
Yeah,
devil fruit, that would
I
be
think that's.
interesting.
I think that's a. I think. Pardon?
I think it could be interesting either way. It'd be kind of nice if the party
Yeah, that's
was
kind of
a
how I
little
feel. I think
mixed,
there'd be.
because then you get the hierarchies within the party that can create
Yeah.
some dynamics that.
I mean, obviously, it's something unique to this campaign, so like it sounds fun to participate in that mechanic since it does exist, And it's not like, in my next D&D campaign, I'll eat
Yeah,
a
I'll
devil
eat a
fruit,
devil-
Like it's kind of like a now or never sort of situation. So I think probably whatever character I play will take the opportunity if presented, But also, just like Climate Changer was saying, the idea of someone like Zorro on the crew, somebody who had ambitions that just didn't ever intersect with devil fruit, and it like really wouldn't matter one way or another. Like I don't think Zorro would be pissed if he ended up with a devil fruit, but also he just doesn't like need one
Yeah.
for any of his
No,
goals,
yeah.
so he doesn't bother.
Yeah.
But so I think probably what I'm leaning towards is be a character whose ambitions maybe don't include needing a devil fruit, but also is open to the idea. Because I feel like most people probably just wouldn't assume that they would get the opportunity. Because why would you just like come across a devil fruit lying around or whatever? But at the same time, I think it does sound really cool and fun as a mechanic. So like, heck yeah,
I think
give
I
it a
think
go.
it would be fun if.
But I'm gonna have a character with more to them than just having a devil fruit.
Yeah.
Is my goal.
If we did end up going the let's play backstories route, we could always have someone in the backstory have a devil fruit, and you could play around with that for a bit. I feel like playing NPCs with devil fruits would also be generally fun. Because it's still a world you can visit in other ways, even not
That's
in
true.
this particular character. Like, this character's inhabiting the world doesn't mean it's going to be the only, There's always a chance you could die.
Now, here's a question. I don't know if you guys have thought about this, or because it is such an integral part of the One Piece anime and manga, are you going to mandate that people have a dream or a goal? Like,
That's
or are you going to kind of let people wing it and be like, I don't know what I'm doing here?
That's an inherent part of the Straw Hat
But
crew.
like, you've got to show up day one
Yeah.
with a dream.
Yeah, but it is a fun it's a fun idea to have as a mechanic properly. Maybe that's your background.
Because
instead.
also, I feel like as a DM, it's helpful because you're like, okay, I know that the story's going to come to the head
and you can
here somewhere for this character.
You can give out inspiration when somebody acts out their dream or yells it really loudly.
Yeah. I'm gonna be the greatest.
I like the idea of having a character who has a dragon fruit. Maybe it's like a really powerful one, but they're indecisive and they don't want to necessarily use it, but they don't want to give it away because they might decide to use it, and so people are like hunting them to try to get it or something.
That'd be really interesting. A character who has a devil
Yeah.
fruit but hasn't eaten it yet.
I mean,
Like, they're just
I imagine at some
traveling
point
with
you
it.
could do
That's actually really
It's
interesting.
like
I mean, Shanks, basically. You want to play Shanks.
It's true. He did just
And
have
who
it,
doesn't?
and then. Well, that's the thing. You always run the risk of some rando kid just eating it.
I just
yeah.
I'm skipping
Yeah.
to like Lord of the Rings
Yeah, you'd
for
have
that.
to keep it
though.
on yourself. A little bit more protected.
Like you keep it on you, and you're not supposed to use it,
Temptation.
but you may.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Frodo.
Keep it safe. Keep your secrets. Keep it safe.
Cool.
Yes, interesting.
Well, we will have a 5-member party.
I think I'll try to think of a dream that doesn't overlap with one of the Straw Hats. I might come up with a unique dream.
I don't even know all the Straw Hats myself.
I want to.
I know there are other people who are considered iconic Straw Hat members that I am unaware of currently. Just fun. I think that's a cool thing about it as well.
Yeah,
is
and
they
I don't know that
constantly
they
add-
all have like as ironclad goals.
I mean, everyone. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Cool. Well, like I said, we're gonna have a.
I could recycle that old idea that I had for like I had an idea for like.
You're.
Sorry, there's like a weird delay, so like I keep talking like over y'all. So, but it just know that on my end there's a gap in the conversation. But
You're
no, I had an
Maori
idea
guy,
for a
right?
character once upon a time who was kind of like an Islander
Yeah.
character, whose island was like sinking, and so he was trying to get enough money to pay to have it raised back up, and so like he was kind of on a timer, just trying to get as much money as.
I love it.
Yeah, that was the one.
It's
it's
one of
interesting.
Nami's original goals, kind of, is acquire enough money for X. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like the.
Yeah, to save your
Yeah.
island, like the thing.
But I really like his aesthetics as well, and I like your for him. And I feel like he would be a very good character for that ideal of like, there's not specifically anything I need to do with this, but like, you know, it came up.
That's right. Couldn't hurt. You get some sort of like buoy fruit that just lets you float things. Be like, oh, bye guys, I'm done. My dreams fulfilled. Although, as we established, that probably wouldn't work because it'd be in the ocean.
Well, it's not that you can't affect anything
But I don't know,
touching
like,
seawater. You yourself, your
Right.
own physical body,
Yeah,
cannot be
Yeah.
like.
I was just thinking.
Like I think even like Luffy could do Gum Gum Pistol into the water and hit something in there. He'd just probably be like lethargic, and maybe his arm would like stay stretched out in the water, and he wouldn't be able to like. He'd have to like manually pull it back up, but it wouldn't be like he would like fully like swoop into the water or anything like that. It's just, and that's why I think I wanted to have very concrete mechanics terms for what seawater did to you, so that you would never be like particularly caught off guard.
Yeah.
It's like when you are touching seawater,
Yeah,
you
but
cannot.
can I do this?
You cannot swim like ever. Yeah. I think that's can't you also just not swim? Period, regardless of if it's seawater or not.
Yeah, I think it's not swim at all. Freshwater too, because
Yeah.
there's a couple
And-
freshwater times.
Yeah,
that,
y'all would know better than
Yeah, and so I included that in the mechanic as well. So your swim speed just always stays 0, no matter what. It's the kind of unassailable like wording where it's like you can't benefit from it, and it's 0. And then incapacitated and restrained just makes it so that you can't really do anything. But you're freely able to like, it's not super awful. It's just not really moving.
Yep. So, because they flirt around a little bit
Well, cool. Sounds
with
fun.
the underwater
Start cooking up some ideas.
fighting. Luffy does one fight underwater in the Fish Island saga.
Right.
And
but he can survive in freshwater just fine. You just can't like physically swim. Like it's
Yeah.
like the motion doesn't assist you.
Right.
You move, the
You just
water
sink.
rejects your advance.
Even though like his devil fruit especially should make you a really good swimmer.
yes, exactly. But he just simply is not.
Come in.
I think I am going to pitch some devil fruit ideas too, as I have them, just because that would be fun to me, Craig. If that is
Sounds
acceptable
good.
to you.
Sounds good.
I have ideas for mechanics and spells that I think would be interesting.
But not
to
here,
wrap
'cause
them.
it's
Yes,
spoilers.
spoilies.
That's the area I need the most help. I feel like I got
think
the
we're gonna be
world.
inventing
I want that
100
Draco
devil fruit
Lich.
that will not ever see the light of day. But hey, it's
I want that Draco Lich zone.
Yeah, that's I only vaguely know of like one kind of mystical zone type devil fruit, and it's like a pretty reasonably large spoiler. And so like I only heard about it and I went, "Ooh, that's fun,"
Yeah.
and then I looked away immediately. But I think it makes sense
There's
that
a
there's like
there's a very
there's like a D100 chance you roll like ancient green dragon zone type devil fruit. You go the hell off.
as any DM knows, that's asking for
It
trouble
is.
though. Like
I beg for
someone will
trouble.
1,000% roll that.
Those are the best moments. I've been a weir rat before. Don't talk to me about one of the 1,000. I had
Don't talk to me about moments.
fantastic constitution, and yet I still weir rat.
That sounds fun.
It was.
No, I like the idea of being afflicted. But also, like, I'm super tempted kind of to go the other way, play a character who's like a pearl diver, like just an absolute water guy.
100%. Well, that's what's interesting is I don't think Trahat specifically have like a water guy. Like it doesn't come up that much. Like obviously Sanji and Zoro are like the main
they
guys
get the
who do
The
stuff,
ocean's not
but-
really habitable. Like,
Yeah, no.
They-
It's scary as hell.
They get a fishman later. One of the warlords joins them later in the series, but it's way later. So they get somebody that's good at fishman karate and all this stuff, but so that's also on the table. If you want to be totally in the water, go for it.
I was trying to think of which monk subclass would be most fun for the like 5 styles or what it is. I don't remember what it's exactly called in Annie's lobby, but like the like hardening thing that they can
like
do.
Garps.
This,
I am unfamiliar with this name.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, if we're being honest, monk subclasses all suck. So really, just pick whichever
Yeah.
one you want.
It's true. There's like
I think Ascendant Dragon has some cool stuff. I think Astral Self is cool.
it's probably
Which you can flavor Astral Self as
it's
hard.
probably reasonable spoilers for a campaign I will eventually run, but I have an Ascendant Dragon reflavored as like a superhero kind of thing, where like you turn the breath weapons into like laser vision and stuff, and like Monk kind of just works as a sort of Superman light
that's
power
cool.
suite. So
Sure. Yes. Yeah, and I think if you pick up Devil's Sight as your first feat, then Shadow Monk could be very good.
you need to get spellcasting from somewhere, because you can't take that feat without spellcasting. Rules is written. It's the worst.
Mm,
You have to have the spellcasting mechanic from a class,
you're gonna have to multi-class.
and at that point, you probably just want to
Yeah,
multi-class
I wonder
Warlock
what's the best
anyway.
way to do all that. You're like, this is too many things.
Yeah, it
Also,
falls
yeah,
apart
you're like,
slightly.
I could just be a class that
Bye,
has
Clement.
darkness.
Later.
Hey,
Could be
Nice.
cool.
all right.
Well, sounds good. I'll start cooking up 1,000 character ideas.
throw 3 or 4 at your face.
Sounds good.
I kind of
Well,
want to be.
I know what I'm gonna do at work tomorrow.
I kind of want to be like.
Yeah,
I feel like it could be fun to be like a 10-foot tall guy, like Whitebeard.
there,
You know,
there
just
are
like
giants. Yeah,
just one of those
Yeah,
like
I'm just
one
gonna be a
piece,
sentient
impossibly
cannon
huge.
Just a
with
mid-
a sombrero.
Such a cannon.
yeah.
I mean,
Remember
that's
the
plausible.
I think it would be fun to keep the like techno magic as being cola powered. I mean, that's just good. Ooh, change it for copyright reasons. It's Dr. Pepper now.
yeah,
like-
yeah.
Everything's pepper powered.
Speaking
Pepper
of,
powered.
I'll do one little spoiler. Do you know this?
Not offhand, no.
Just battle music.
It rips. much like all One Piece music, it's fantastic. However, I
This
do not
is
know
not One Piece. This
specifically
has
on
been
this.
edited. This is a
isn't One-
Poo 2 original. No, it is inspired by a One Piece, but we can't say that for copyright.
Wow.
That's fun. That's great.
No, this is Cola powered. This is his theme.
Okay, so also, are we gonna Oh, okay. This is Frankie's theme. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frankie.
Are we gonna like send a description of our characters and you'll AI generate them and we'll see the reveal of our own characters to ourselves?
Oh, that would be cool. No, I feel like you need to be able to workshop it and keep because the AI is trick like it. I had to go through several cycles on some of my AI stuff, so you may want to do that yourself. But all that to say, the Canva AI,
Yeah, you'll have to tell me what tools you use.
Canva AI is where it's at. That's the one.
Canva.
Canva's
That does
got an
sound fun.
AI that's really good. That's the one I've been using. All the other AIs are just kind of dumb. Like I don't know why, but a lot of the AIs I
Well,
go
just
to,
ask
they just
ChatGPT. I'm playing a One Piece.
yeah. A lot of the AIs just make it like creepy, like it is in a Five Nights Freddy's game. Like everything is just Five Nights Freddy's themed or so. Like it's all like weird missing party parts and like weird
Can't you just ask it like, generate me One Piece image, not scary, not scary, not horror, not scary, not gross.
Yeah.
Just like, don't be weird.
Not
Stop
Five
it.
Nights at Freddy's.
No Five Nights at Freddy's. I do not want to see
Unless
Josh
you want to
Hutcherson
play a
here.
Five Nights at Freddy's themed character.
There you go.
It's somebody in a spring-locked reindeer suit.
Well, if we are good and we're getting ready, so folks for at home next week we'll be doing the Unbeaten Path with PS Zombie. He will be taking us through that. And in the weeks following, we will have more announcements of when we're going to roll this out.
Yes.
And we'll be doing stuff in the off weeks. So, I've already played a little bit of the music I've edited for the campaign. So let's restart that last song as we say our goodbyes on the stream. Thank you all for joining us, and I want everybody to have a good night. Get hyped for this Piece of 8 campaign.
You can't see me, but I am dancing. I'm not on screen.
You got to do the Frankie stance, though. He does a little.
You keep talking Frankie to me. I've had 13 episodes with him, maybe.
Yeah, that's it.
I love it. I love him so far. I love Frankie Centaur. Of course.
I can't get
Of course, we all love Frankie Centaur. But have you ever seen it, Tristan?
Yeah, I can't quite slot my.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Like he does. I've seen
Bye.
him clips.
It's just the back.